It's time to swatch out the Caran 120 Pablo pencils. I've been using these for quite a while to do realistic animal portraits along with Faber-Castell polychromos and Caran luminance pencils, but I've never actually swatched these out, and I haven't seen all of the colors because I've mainly been using these grays and browns. And I really love these pencils, especially on pastel matte. They go down like a dream and they cover over the others, and they are just the most wonderful pencils. So I'm really curious to see the rest of the colors. I don't know why it's taken me so long to do this, but here we are. We're finally going to do it today. So the pencils come in this really lovely tin with this nice mountain picture on top. They've got 3 trays of them. I'll just take them out. And then we'll get the ring light shine on the box. Inside we have this sticker sheet full of little cutouts of other Caran products. You've got some Neo colours, 1 and 2, Supra colour, permanent colour, and some brushes. I'm not really sure why or what I would be doing with those, but anyway, it's quite fun to have. And then we have this piece of paper just welcoming us to this precious Caran box and its bright colours. And then we've got the pencils themselves. So there are 3 trays. The first one, I'll just quickly show you an overview of the colours. Got some pinks, blues, and then yellows and browns, greys, and then on the bottom we've got greens and browns. This piece of card which covers the box has got this lovely drawing of a mountain on the front, but inside it's also got a swatch chart, if you can see that. So if you wanted to, you could open it up and use that as your swatch chart. I'm not going to do that because I really like it to just go around the box when the box is closed, so I'm going to keep it intact. And I have made my own swatch card, which is here. So I'm just going to do them one up, straight up next to the other. We've got 120, so I've got 20 on each row, 6 rows. So now we've looked at the setup, let's get into it. Okay, so I've just put the numbers onto the swatch sheet and we're just going to go through them. I'll probably end up speeding up the actual swatching part of the video, but I'll read out the names and the numbers first of all. If I did a whole thing in real time, it would take a really long time because there are 120 pencils. So let's get started. This one is brownish orange. Just looking at this one, I absolutely love it before it's even touched the paper. So let's see. And the paper that I'm using is Fabriano Bristol paper. Let's just go out. Fabriano Bristol paper, so it's very smooth. So I shouldn't get too much of a tooth. Okay, let's continue. This would be beautiful for animals, for woodland animals in particular. This one is mahogany. The pencils themselves are really quite fine, especially if you've been holding something like a luminance pencil, which is much thicker to hold. The barrel is much bigger. Or a light fast pencil. Again, that's also about the same as the luminance, but they definitely feel much chunkier to hold. These feel much more delicate. Still sturdy, obviously they're not going to break, but they're noticeably finer than the other 2. So this is the mahogany. This is much more of a reddy brown, and next to the other one it just looks gorgeous. Bordeaux red. They have such beautiful colours. I honestly don't know why it's taken me so long to swatch these out, or to even think about using these other colours. As I say, I've just been mostly using these pencils to do realistic animal portraits, so it's the browns, the greys that I've mostly been concentrating on. But this is Indian red. Even though the paper calls itself smooth, it's definitely got some texture coming through. We're off to a great start. Just those 4 colours together are absolutely gorgeous. That would make an amazing colour palette. I might have to play around with that. This one is dark carmine. Looking at it like that, it looks very similar to the which one was that? That was the Bordeaux red. I guess it's got more purple in it, but see if I can make it a bit darker. This is the Carmine. I'm absolutely loving this first row. It's just spectacular. I'm really a big fan of colours that are close in tone and shade to each other. This is the Ruby Red. Raspberry Red. Now we're moving more towards the pinks. This is pink. This is rose pink. This is salmon pink. This really is salmon pink. It really looks like a piece of salmon colour. That really is very salmony. Look at those so far. Amazing. These colours are just spectacular. Going forward, I will do another video using these colours in an animal portrait or something. So the previous one was salmon pink, and now I've got salmon itself. The other one was more like a smoked salmon, and this one's more like a peachy salmon. This is apricot. Granite rose. Now we've got some real pinky purpley colours. This is called light purple. Purplish red. This one is purple. I'm not reading out the numbers because you can see those already on the swatch sheet itself, so I'm just saying the name. Ooh, this looks very similar to the previous one. This is purple violet. And as it goes down, it also seems very similar to the previous two. I love similar colours though when they're really close to each other, but there's just that subtle change. And so you end up feeling like you need all of them or both of them, or you can't really eliminate one over the other. That's so often the problem that I get into when I'm trying to do colour palettes, because I'll pick colours that are really close to each other and then I won't be able to eliminate one or the other because I just feel like I need them all. Okay, this is lilac. Moving more towards blue now. This is aubergine. So that completes the first row. Let's just go back over it. So you've got those purples moving into the pinks and then into the reds and some browns at the very end. An absolutely gorgeous first row for me. There you can see the whole thing. Let's get started on the second row as we move more towards blues and greens. This one is mauve. And now we're coming into the real blues. So this is called royal blue. This is violet. This one is indigo blue. Prussian blue. This one is ultramarine. And then night blue. Sapphire blue. This one is blue, just blue. Marine blue. This is definitely a colour that would be great for the sea. Bluish grey. Gentian blue. Sky blue. This is blue jeans, pastel blue, light blue, this is turquoise blue, light green, and turquoise green. So that completes the top row of the box with a whole host of different blues, which would be super useful going into purples at the end. I feel like it covers pretty much all the blues. That's the full thing. And then I'll bring the tray over so you can see that is the tray with all the colours swatched out from that tray. So I think that is an amazing palette. It's really great for naturey things, birds, skies, seas. It's just fabulous. And the colours, they go down really lovely. They're smooth, creamy, and I'm super excited about using these sets, which I haven't used so far, but yeah, I've got to find some ways to use those in more colourful animals, maybe some birds. I have to do some parrot things. So let's move on to the second row. This is the tray, so it's really yellowy and warm colours with ending up with greys and blues. So let's get swatching on that one. This first one is pale yellow. Sometimes when I find a set with loads of yellows, I'm not really sure what to do with them all. And this is the case. When I just looked at this, it just seemed a high impact of yellow. But we'll see how they all come out. That's quite a nice one. It's gentle and you could just use it here and there without it being too overwhelming. Next up is canary yellow. And true to name, it's very bright. Lemon yellow. Naples yellow. This is yellow, even though to look at it, it looks more orange. Well, the barrel does, but the actual colour coming out itself looks more yellow. This is golden yellow. Fast orange. This one is orange. This is reddish orange. This is flame red. Here we have vermilion, one of my favourite colours. This is scarlet. Burnt sienna. Brown. Russet. English red, Venetian red, hazel, chestnut, and cinnamon completes this third row. So back down the row, we've got all those browns, really autumny colours moving into the oranges and then the yellows. So more brown still. Here we've got brown ochre. Ochre. And back to more yellowy colours. This is a golden ochre. Light ochre. Orangish yellow. Cream. Bluish pale. Silver grey. Light grey. Steel grey. Mouse grey. Grey. Dark grey. Greyish black. Slate grey. Ivory black. Charcoal grey. Sepia. Bistre. Cocoa to finish off this last top tray, this middle tray. Okay, so that is 2 trays complete and it's looking pretty good. So far we haven't really got many greens in there, but those are coming. Okay, let's crack on to the last tray. Okay, this starts off with cobalt blue and azurite blue. Ooh, wow. That is gorgeous. Malachite green. Greenish blue. Opaline green. Jade green. Greyish green. Oh, greyish green. That's so weird. That does not look anything like a greyish green to me. I was expecting something like an olive kind of colour. Olive leaf colour. Maybe double check the name on it. Definitely says greyish green. But interesting. Veronese green. Now I've put the Veronese green next to the greyish green. I can see a little bit more grey in there, but still, I definitely would not have thought of calling that greyish green. This is peacock green. Empire green. This is bluish green. Dark green. Spruce green. emerald green, grass green, yellow green, spring green, lime green, light green, light lemon yellow. So that is a row of greens, lots of different types, and then heading back into blue. Really great for peacocks, that row. Okay, and the final row is olive yellow. Khaki green, light olive, moss green, olive grey, olive, olive brown, olive black, umber, Van Dyke brown, brownish beige, beige, ash grey, light beige, green ochre, gold, bronze, silver, white, which isn't going to show up at all, but I'll just put it in there anyway, and black. So that is the full set of Pablo colours. I think it's a really lovely palette. It's not too bright and gaudy. It's got lots of lovely colours that you can use in nature. I have particularly been using these browns and greys here and these browns down here. But I'm really looking forward to using these yellowy greens and blues and greens, and also these colours up here because I just love them. So yeah, it's really versatile, and the pencils, as I say, they're really lovely. They are, especially on pastel matte in particular. I absolutely love them on pastel matte. So I'll do a video going forward where I use them on that so I can show you what I mean. And for now, I think I'm going to leave it here because it's a super long video. So I hope that was useful to see all the colours. I've just put down the numbers, but obviously if you get them, then you'll be able to see what the name of them is. So I hope that was a useful video. I think it's really nice to see sometimes the colours before you buy them if you're thinking of getting them, or just even in singles. They also come sold in singles, so you can see what colours you might be missing or which ones in particular you like from this set. So I'll just do a close-up. So just looking at them row by row, we've got the browns going into the reddy purples, into the pinks, into the salmony colours, then into the more pinky purples, continuing with the purples, which then move into the blues, all sorts of different blues there, and then into the lighter blues going towards green. Then we have a whole load of yellows, from the more lemony ones to more ochre-y, more punchy ones, going into orange, and then moving into red. The red is, the vermilion really stands out, and then moves into the brown, browny oranges, so it'd be perfect for autumny kind of colours. More browny, yellowy ochres, then coming into the greys, the blue greys, the cold greys, moving across into the grey browns. And then you've got this wonderful row of blues, peacocky blues, greens, all sorts of things you could do with those greens, forestries, grasses, trees, you name it. And then into the more limey, yellowy ones. And then down to slightly more earthy colours, moving into the olives, ochres, and then back to the browns, ending up with the gold, bronze and silver, and black and white. So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful. If you want to see more swatching videos, more coloured pencil adventures, more watercolour adventures, then do like and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.